a few quotes of Dr. Ambedkar as far as Mahatma Gandhi is concerned before I come to the thrust of my thesis. Gandhi is cunning, not sincere. Treachery and deceit are his weapons. He practices muh mein ram, bagal mein chhuri. If such a person can be called a Mahatma, by all means call Gandhi a Mahatma. Down with pneumonia and suffering terribly. The British doctors wanted to give Kasturba Gandhi penicillin, the wonder drug against pneumonia that had saved millions. But Gandhi forbade it. He said prayers would cure her. I am happy beyond measure, he said, when Ba died the next day. And the same Gandhi later allowed doctors to give him quinine when he was down with malaria. But there is worse. Gandhi was a racist bigot.
To the Gita Press, and I'll give you 5 instances of why Sudhanshu ji has a lot to answer to your viewers and to your panelists. Number 1, it is a fact, it is on record that they as in, the Gita Press and the Kalyan newspaper, attacked Gandhi ji for the partition of India. When the two-nation theory is actually something that the Hindu Mahasabha and the RSS bought into. I mean, that was a Vinayak Damodar Savarkar thesis, which the Muslim League agreed to. I mean, how can you blame Gandhi ji for that? Number 1. Number 2, after Gandhi ji was assassinated, 25,000 people were rounded up, and amongst them were very prominent people, including Mr. Podar of the Gita Press. In Gandhi ji's assassination, they were not convicted, but let me tell you, the needle of suspicion was extremely strong. That's condemnable to begin with. Number 3, they attacked the Hindu Code Bill, which is really the reformative Hindu reform in terms of personal laws. And that's what Gandhi ji and Dr. Ambedkar stood for. I mean, how can you give a Gandhi Peace Award to a party or to an organization that stood against the very fundamental principles Gandhi ji died for? I mean, they attacked B.R. Ambedkar. I mean, here is, Sudhanshu ji talking about, and ultimately about BJP, that they perpetuate the caste system. This is an upper caste party. I mean, their social engineering is nothing but an electoral gimmick, and the world knows that. Let me give you one more example. It's very fundamental.
No, let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there because you mentioned B.R. Ambedkar, and let me tell you what Mr. B.R. Ambedkar wrote about Gandhiji and the caste system. This is B.R. Ambedkar, and I want to tell you, before 1932, Mr. Gandhi was opposed to allow untouchables to enter Hindu temples. To quote in his own words of Mr. Gandhi, he said, "How is it possible that antyajas untouchables should have the right to enter all the existing temples as long as the law of caste and ashram has the chief place in Hindu religions? To say that every Hindu can enter every temple is a thing that is not possible today." That was said by Mr. Gandhi. So now condemn Mr. Gandhi as well? Why don't you do that?
Navika, let me tell you here. We can all do a selective cherry picking. I'm not saying that you're doing it. We can all do that.
But
the issue here is...
But isn't that exactly what the Congress party is doing, Sudhanshu Trivedi ji? Am I cherry picking or is Dr. Sanjay Jha cherry picking?
I'll give you just one example.
So, Dr. Sanjay Jha, you were saying...
Just give me 5 seconds, Sudhanshu ji. I'm done.
Bol lijiye.
Thank you, Sudhanshu. Okay. The fact remains, Navika, that there was a call to actually take on some violent manifestations against the Muslims of India in 1946 in, I think, their 13th issue. I mean, it was literally a call for violence, for murder. I mean, this is not something that Gandhi ever endorsed. So there is a diametrical contradiction here between the award and the Gandhi piece being linked to it. The BJP is free to award the Gita Press whatever they want. I agree with that. I also agree with Sudhanshu ji, they have done good work. But let's agree that they were on different ideological platforms. And that is something that we need to say. Sorry, thank you, Sudhanshu.
Now I will respond point by point to what Sanjay Jha ji has said. On the issue of Dr. Ambedkar, I would like to urge the viewers, you neither believe on my word, don't believe on Sanjay Jha's word. Dr. Ambedkar, in the last years of his life, 1955, he has given an interview to BBC, which is still available on internet, in the voice of Dr. Ambedkar himself. And go and listen what he has said about Mahatma Gandhi. Your eyes will be open. So, इसलिए जो आप cherry picking कह रहे हैं, it's not cherry picking. I can quote n number of things from Dr. Ambedkar's literature, but I am quoting only that interview which is available in his own voice still. Now, coming to that aspect which you are saying, that Pakistan's partition and two-nation theory was provided, sir. What you are talking about, sir? Pakistan, in its official history, says that it was Sir Syed Ahmad who has laid down the foundation of Pakistan on which the building was built by Muhammad Ali Jinnah. And Sir Syed Ahmad in December 1887 in his speech in Lucknow and 14th March 1888 in Meerut he has said हम हिंदुओं की प्रजा बनके नहीं रह सकते, हमने हुकूमत की है इनके ऊपर। और ब्रिटिश सरकार के जाने के बाद सावरकर was 4 years old। और संजय झा जी आप जितना भी मुस्कुरा ले, पाकिस्तान जानते हैं अपनी हिस्ट्री में क्या लिखता है? पाकिस्तान was founded on 712 AD when Muhammad bin Qasim first invaded Sindh। क्या बच्चों जैसी बात करते हैं, मतलब इंडिया की हिस्ट्री नहीं मानते, पाकिस्तान की हिस्ट्री नहीं मानते, अपनी बनाई हिस्ट्री में पूरी तरीके से चलते हैं और अपने मन। एंड नाउ ऑन द इश्यू ऑफ गांधी जी's murder, I would like to say one more thing. Nehru has written a letter to Sardar Patel on 26th of February कि भाई जिस ढंग से जांच नहीं हो रही है, आरएसएस वालों के ऊपर सख्ती नहीं हो रही है, वो गिरफ्तार नहीं हो रहे हैं। अगेन 27 फरवरी सरदार पटेल रिप्लाई, जो सरदार पटेल के सिलेक्टेड लेटर्स में पब्लिश्ड है, उन्होंने कहा कि गांधी जी की मर्डर से जुड़े हुए इशू को मैं डे टू डे देख रहा हूं, एवरी डे, और अभी तक का निष्कर्ष यह है कि इसमें आरएसएस का कोई इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं दिख रहा है। Even he has said 10 people have been come under suspicion, 8 are arrested, 2 will be arrested soon। और उन्होंने कहा कि ये गांधी जी का जो मर्डर है इसका उतना व्यापक स्कोप नहीं है जितना कि लग रहा था, ये चंद मुट्ठी भर लोग काम है। ये कौन कह रहा है? दैट मिनिस्टर हु इज मॉनिटरिंग द इन्वेस्टिगेशन। और नेहरू क्या कह रहे हैं? नहीं नहीं नहीं, आरएसएस है, मुझे पहले से पता था। आई हैव कोटेड सर 26 of February 1948 नेहरू जी लेटर, ये सिलेक्टेड वर्क्स ऑफ जवाहरलाल नेहरू शायद सीरीज 2 में है, और जो दूसरा मैंने कोट किया ये सरदार पटेल के लेटर्स में है। इसीलिए मैं कहता हूं सर प्रॉब्लम क्या है, ये नेहरू मेमोरियल में बहुत हल्ला मचा दिया। अरे नेहरू मेमोरियल में जाके जरा पढ़ लिए होते ना कि आपके नेताओं ने क्या लिखा है, तो दूध का दूध पानी का पानी हो जाता।
एक बात बताइए सुधांशु जी, गांधी जी के असैसिनेशन के बाद गीता प्रेस चुप क्यों रही? उनको तो लगा कि ये हादसा हुआ ही नहीं है, इतना भयानक हादसा। फादर ऑफ द नेशन वाज मर्डर्ड एंड द गीता प्रेस वाज साइलेंट। वो ठीक है, आप जरा इसका जवाब दीजिए। उनके लिए तो लगा कि कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है, उसका जवाब दीजिएगा।
Okay, silence is now being seen as something for which you will call it communal, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, because Geeta Press was silent on the assassination of Gandhi ji. Now that is being used as the torchbearer of the allegation that Geeta Press is communal. Please respond.
Amongst others.
Good evening, Sanjay. Yeah, good evening, Navika, and good evening to my fellow panelists. You know, Sanjay, my very good friend, when he started his monologue, he said, Navika, I will take only half the time as Dr. Sudhanshu ji has taken. By all means, Sanjay, take 10 times the amount that he has taken, if only you are as logical and rational as Sudhanshu ji. We really don't mind. But it is a travesty to have listened to you for the last 5 minutes. Please don't mind it. I say it in very good humor, because let me quote a few quotes of Dr. Ambedkar as far as Mahatma Gandhi is concerned before I come to the thrust of my thesis. Gandhi is cunning, not sincere. Treachery and deceit are his weapons. He practices muh mein Ram, bagal mein chhuri. If such a person can be called a Mahatma, by all means call Gandhi a Mahatma. But according to me, he is no more than simple Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. The politics of Gandhi is hollow and noisy, most dishonest politics. He is the single man responsible for eliminating morality. This is what Dr. Ambedkar talked about Gandhi. क्या बोल रहे हो संजय? 10 मिनट ले लो, लेकिन सच तो बोलो ना, नाविका. Please give me 3-4 minutes because it's very important. I've been waiting very patiently and I didn't interrupt anyone. So I hope nobody would interrupt me. Look, a publisher who has published 417 million books, including 162 million Bhagavad Gitas, in 14 languages, has kept the flickering flame of Hindu culture, knowledge, wisdom and civilization alive through his selfless act of service lasting exactly 100 years, deserves this nation's highest honor. But that highest honor is not the Gandhi Prize. To give Geeta Press the Gandhi Prize is an insult to the Geeta Press. Amusing and crazy that the debate today is whether the right organization got the Gandhi Prize. It's like debating whether the right person got the Aurangzeb Prize. Arey bhai, we should be debating whether we should be having the Gandhi Prize in the first place. Because to have the Gandhi Prize to begin with is an insult to India. Let me explain and deal with only facts. Traveling during Naokhali riots, Manu, the underage grandniece of Mahatma Gandhi who was forced to sleep with him, told Gandhi she had mislaid his pumice stone. Incensed, He ordered her to revisit the last stop. The terrified Manu, just 16 years old, walked 30 miles, Navika, retrieved the wretched pumice stone and threw it at Gandhi. And in return, you know what Gandhi told her? Quote, had a rioter assaulted and killed you, my heart would have danced with joy. But there is worse. Down with pneumonia and suffering terribly. The British doctors wanted to give Kasturba Gandhi penicillin, the wonder drug against pneumonia that had saved millions. But Gandhi forbade it. He said prayers would cure her. I am happy beyond measure, he said, when Ba died the next day. And the same Gandhi later allowed doctors to give him quinine when he was down with malaria. But there is worse. Gandhi was a racist bigot. He said, quote, white people
well.
dominating race.
Anand Ranganathan, there are sentiments of many
Navika, he's full of
Indians
hate.
who are, very attached to Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi as the father of the nation. You know, before you call him all of these names, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, I would request...
names. I'm taking facts. I'm talking facts. You dispute me on facts, Navika. I challenge you.
It may be a fact for you, but it may incense and hurt a million people, a crores of people.
Shame on you, Anand. Shame on you.
Facts can hurt people.
Anand, you are a
Don't care
scandal
about
and a
feelings,
shame.
You know, but Dr. Anand Ranganathan, today we are not analyzing Mr. Gandhi. We are only analyzing whether the Congress's objection to the award being given to Geeta Press is based on facts or fiction.
Navika, we are analyzing why a so-called wrong entity has been given the Gandhi Prize. I am saying it is an insult that we have the Gandhi Prize. Dispute me on facts.
Navika, I think...
Well, that's a debate for another day. And Sanjay, I want to ask you, Savarkar, honored by Indira Gandhi, and even Mr. Hanuman Prasad, Poddar of Geeta Press, उनके नाम का तो स्टैंप नरसिम्हा राव जी ने निकाला है. अब आप लोग इतने कंफ्यूज्ड क्यों हैं कि कुछ कांग्रेसी उनको रिस्पेक्ट देंगे, कुछ कांग्रेसी उनके लिए स्टैंप निकालेंगे और कुछ कांग्रेसी जो है वो सडनली कहेंगे कि ये कम्युनल है? क्यों? What is the logic?
You know, Navika, you have raised a very pertinent question, and I think this deserves an answer. You see, because we live in such a polarized world, we are never able to have a nuanced conversation these days. And that is where I would say Congress was different. I agree with you that Mrs. Indira Gandhi saw Vinayak Damodar Savarkar as a nationalist. You want to ask me this question? I'm a big critic of Narendra Modi and the RSS and the BJP. I also believe that Mr. Savarkar was a nationalist. The difference is that he did become a very different individual once he was released from jail. It was not just the mercy petitions to the British. He actually began to side with the British because he did not want an independent India that would not belong only to the Muslim, only to the Hindus. This exclusionary politics is what changed Mr. Savarkar. The point number two, this is what I admire about the Congress party. The Congress party actually gave a stamp in honor of Mr. Poddar, despite the fact that Mr. Poddar was amongst those who was arrested for Gandhiji's assassination, because the Geeta Press has done good work. The problem that we are having today is this, that the Gandhi ideology and the Geeta Press ideology are diametrically opposite. Like Sudhanshu ji and I represent...
But Gandhi has been writing for the Geeta Press's first issue. Gandhi has written in the Gau Ank of the Geeta Press. Madan Mohan Malviya has written for them and a special edition came out for him. Rajendra Prasad inaugurated this. Are you a bigger congressman than any of these greats that I'm talking about, Sanjay? What do you want me to believe? And let me tell you, when you say Savarkar was a nationalist, and I also believe like Indira Gandhi, my friend Indira Gandhi honored him in 1980, much after 1947.
Correct.
Okay, so just wake up, smell the coffee. You are not larger and greater than Indira Gandhi, so nobody needs your certificate. Indira Gandhi has given him a certificate. Why present day congressmen can't accept that certificate is a question I haven't understood. I'm coming, one minute, I'm coming to you, Anand Ranganathan, but Rahul Ishwar also raising his hand. I'll go to him first and then come to you. I'm coming to you, Mr. Agarwal, as well. Rahul Ishwar.
Monica ji, just two submissions. For those who don't understand Gandhi, let me show Amit Shah ji last year.
Amit Shah in January 31st of 2022 said Mahatma Gandhi was the greatest person to have lived in the past 1,000 years anywhere in the world, not only in India, but anywhere in the world. What did Einstein say? The greatest scientist.
Having problems with your audio, Rahul. I'll come back to you, Anand Ranganathan. Anand Ranganathan, do you think Dr. Sanjay Jha has a misplaced sense of history?
Navika, placed or misplaced is all relative, but I would wish that he has some sense of history. Let me ask you a very simple question. I don't want to ask my dear friend Sanjay a question because he gets ballistic and all that. I want to ask you a simple question. What if I were to say, Navika, let's be honest here, something good will come out of the killing of Mahatma Gandhi. Because it will release people from the bondage of supermen and put their feet on the ground. Do you think?
How you can?
Do you think
what the Sudhanshu is doing?
Correct.
Why Sudhanshu is quiet?
Now, Navika, please.
Why you are not objecting
Please, gentlemen. Navika, I can't talk like this.
Okay,
What is
complete your point. Rohit Agarwal, I'm coming to you next. Anand Ranganathan, complete your point. After which I'll go to Rohit Agarwal.
How can you allow
Thank you.
him?
Now look at this now. Again, Navika, please. Lower his fader.
Talking like this.
No, what is...
Navika, please.
No, 1 minute.
I have to be allowed to be finished because it's
Everybody will allow you to finish so long,
Nobody
Dr.
will allow
Anand
you to
Ranganathan, so long as you
Navika-
don't hurt any sentiments related with Mr. Gandhi, father of the
now,
nation.
what I said, yes, my dear exalted Mahatma Gandhi, please, I apologize.
You may not. No, let's not be sarcastic.
Navika,
there are a few things. There are a few
Navika,
things, Anand
please.
Ranganathan, which cannot be said on national television simply because they do hurt sentiments of a majority of the people.
So what I said, this gentleman from RLD said, how dare he say this? What I said was verbatim quotes of Ambedkar. Am I not allowed to say Ambedkar on live television? Say it, Navika. Say it. I have quoted Ambedkar. Ambedkar said.